now 3 minutes. We've got you sitting with the instrument, and we've got these 3 fingers set up on the top 3 strings of the guitar in what we call home position. And once we're there, we play a couple of notes, and we talk a little bit about the technique, kind of the way to do it, and we practice it a little bit, and then maybe we stand up and we sit back down and we do it again, then we turn the instrument around or play a game and set back up again. So there's a lot of experiential learning very, very fast. And then everything we do in education is a one-to-many model. That's the sort of the innovation of Austin Classical Guitar, was to create a one-to-many model where America didn't really have one of those, because guitar was always taught one-on-one. And so you can imagine it's you plus a few colleagues that are learning to play. And so then once we've kind of got that figured out, we're going to say, okay, well, let's all play together at the same time. Let's play string number 2 with the finger at the same time. So ready, go. And what's going to happen is that the 6 or 10 or 30 kids in the room are going to do that. It's not going to be at the same time. So we'll say, well, no, it wasn't quite exactly the same. Let's try that one more time. Let's do it right at the same time. And as soon as you do that, any human being sits forward. Because all of a sudden, we got a challenge now. Our mentor in education is a guy named Bob Duke. And Bob's at UT. He's a legendary music educator, and we can talk about how he helped us shape this curriculum. But he does a thing in talks where he has the audience of adults who should know better all to try to clap at the same time. So he says, okay, everybody clap, and then he claps, and he's like, well, that wasn't quite together. And it's amazing what happens in a room full of humans when all of a sudden there's a challenge. And we aren't doing it yet, but it's achievable. So we're now setting up the whole structure of what is an achievable challenge, and how, when we present an achievable challenge to any human, does that become a motivator and also an opportunity for achievement, which turns into perseverance. That's then the curricular challenge. So, which is to say, can we set up 10 or 12,000 steps ahead of that are going to then lead us toward one little achievable challenge after another that moves us along the path toward playing better and better and better. But then it's not just, okay, we got one together, that's great, now let's do it all really soft. No, really soft. And then you get everybody playing really soft, and as soon as you're doing that, everybody's listening. They're hearing each other. And then the instructor maybe adds like a colorful chord. Underneath that open string B, we're going to play a E major 7 chord or something with a 9th in it. That's just beautiful and interesting. Then we're going to play a little chord progression under those Bs, and we're going to ask everybody to get louder. And all of a sudden, 11 minutes into our lesson, first time ever holding a guitar, we are creating something beautiful. That's the whole entire philosophy of what ACG does in education. It's expressive, beautiful music making from the very first day. And every time we layer on a tool, a note, a new string, a new finger, a new technique, it's always in service of making the next most expressive thing that we can make. Sometimes we'll co-create. We'll invite the student to okay, we just played a song, what should we call it? And we'll name the song together. Or sometimes we'll have a warm-up and a kid will do something cool, and that becomes an opportunity to improvise. And then let's write our own song based on that. Let's follow that energy, follow that pathway. So a lot of the idea of what Bob calls getting to the good stuff is really revolutionary in education in general. And I think in music education, certainly in my experience, where so many educators approach the process of teaching through a sense of sort of a progress toward a goal. We're gonna learn many prerequisites essentially, so that someday we're going to be able to do something that's kind of interesting. But before that, we're going to learn about what the staff is and what all the notes are and what the key signature is, and then you're going to memorize that and then do a worksheet about it, and then we're going to play these notes, and then we're going to play a song called the E song, which is going to be a whole bunch of E's. But there's nothing about that that's expressive or interesting. Or we're going to play Row, Row, Row Your Boat. But so frequently, Row, Row, Row Your Boat is taught in a very flat way. So it becomes an activity, but not an expressive art. And as soon as kids are making expressive art, something turns on inside of them that is so deep in humanity that it becomes a real great driver of motivation.